Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and what a day. I'm going to do a market recap for Monday, August 19th. We'll go over the market action, some crypto, commodities, look at some individual names, just give you a quick glimpse of the week and what we got coming up. So on the heat map, NVDA, Google, and Tesla stood out. But we had a lot of muted green and muted red, meaning we didn't have a lot of participants that were pulling us up. I guess I should mention AMD. We didn't have a lot of participants pulling us up. It was a small subset of our big names that were leading the market today. And you can give me a follow on Twitter. That'd be great, or X, whatever it's called, at ChartGalLori. That would be lovely. And looking at the economic calendar, tomorrow we have Bostic speaking and Barr speaking, and we have API estimates on oil. Wednesday we have oil inventory and FOMC meeting minutes. Just a reminder, the FOMC meeting minutes are a recap of the meeting that was a few weeks ago. There should be no new information in there. If there is new information or unexpected terminology, that could impact the market. We have the Jackson Hole Symposium starting on Thursday, and we have Fed Powell speaking on Friday. Okay, let's get into the charts because, oh, what a day. I guess, oh, what a night. Well, oh, what a day. The market just really closed very strong with $2 billion mock to buy, market on close to buy, just a lot of buying into the market close. NASDAQ was able to get over that August 1st resistance of 19717, and most importantly, it got over the daily 50 MA. We have plenty of room now for a daily higher low on a pullback. The question is, will we get a weekly lower high, or will these bulls continue to push up? And before I keep going, I should mention the most important thing today was the volume. We had 34 million volume exchanged on SPY, and the average for the last 30 days has been 56 million. About 55-60% of average. QQQ, we had half of the average volume. In a bull market, the bulls do not have to bring the volume to push up price. Bears have to bring the volume to bring down price in a bull market. So bulls don't, we got a lot of people out at the beach. Obviously, the bears don't have signals from the beach, it appears, because we just have a lot of bull buying. So NASDAQ, we commented a weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. Looking at the 4-hour, we are overbought. We do have some RSI bearish divergence where RSI is making a lower high while price is making a higher high. I'm not saying that we should start shorting this market. If we were to gap up tomorrow and on SPY and QQQ, we could have an opportunity to potentially top fish a weekly lower high, and we'll take that frame by frame, and I'll walk you through it tomorrow on the pregame show if you want to join me. So on NQ, we talked about the resistance. On ES, they were able to get through the 5600.75 resistance, and we got over the 5629.75 from July 23rd. So very impressive showing. We are overbought on the 4-hour. We have a daily higher high now, but we are looking for a weekly lower high. Now, if we have semis coming out the gate tomorrow leading again, then a weekly higher high is possible. Odds favor a weekly lower high, especially with 4-hour overbought. We are not at the 4-hour historical RSI resistance, which is at about, let me pull that down, 84 is our average. So right now we're at 78. So tomorrow, if we open up and RSI is in that 84 average, I will be looking to short ES. And again, we'll take it frame by frame. All right, looking at RTY. RTY, we got a 4-hour higher high. We're overbought on the 4-hour. And we're looking for a weekly lower high. Now, RTY has a lot more work to do on the weekly. So this may be a better candidate to short with the 4-hour overbought, looking for the weekly lower high. So we'll look at that tomorrow as well too. So that is the setup on all 4 of our major indices. On the Dow, a weekly lower high is still possible. Our next resistance, 41,427. We do have a squeeze on the Dow. The Dow performed very well today. Industrials performed well. Financials performed well. Our 4-hour is overbought as we scout that potential weekly lower high. This morning when I woke up around 3:30, VIX was up about 6%, and we have melted down since then. Fear exited stage right before the market opened. At 1 a.m. this morning, it spiked up, and then it just continued to just drift down as fear left the market, and we ended pretty red today. So we went from plus 6% and we closed negative 1%. Bitcoin had a nice recovery. And I drew this morning in pregame. I was looking for a 4-hour lower high on Bitcoin. The question was, will it be a 4-hour bear flag, or will it be a 4-hour respectable lower high where we make room for a higher low? And I would say at this point we've made room for a higher low now on Bitcoin, so we'll see what they're able to do. But if I flip back on all of those other 4 indices I just mentioned on the 4-hour, let's do it quick. Look at the 4-hour, the green line, the 12 EMA. No, it was not threatened at all today on ES. It is below price. NASDAQ, they bought it at the 12 EMA on the 4-hour. Bulls are in charge. RTY, 4-hour 12 EMA below price. YM, 12 EMA. It didn't even come close to the 4-hour 12 EMA. And then you look at Bitcoin, where's the 12 EMA? Overhead. Ethereum, 4-hour 12 EMA overhead. Crypto is not faring as well as the indices, and we just have to keep that in mind and make the bulls prove it to us if they're going to change the character of those charts. The dollar, we had this 4-hour bear flag this morning, and it didn't even form a proper bear flag before it rolled over. It just melted. So we're in a daily downtrend, but we are looking for a monthly higher low compared to $100.61. We're looking for a monthly higher low, and daily is oversold. Typically, we start looking for monthly higher lows when daily's oversold, but we need the bulls to show up. We got to have friends with us on the trade, and we just don't have that yet. So the dollar was down 0.5%, yet gold was only up 0.22%. Of course, it was up, and it's not always a one-to-one inverse correlation, but I would say that I think gold fumbled a little bit the opportunity that it had with that extreme dollar weakness. So we double topped here on the hourly chart. We did get to almost 25.50. We'll see what they're able to do tomorrow. Gold looks good, so don't get me wrong, it looks good. I thought that they would take more advantage of the dollar weakness than they did. Oil looks terrible. We're closing with a potential hourly bear flag, but let's pay attention to this one tomorrow. We're at the daily 200 MA. We're looking for a daily higher low, and the 4-hour got oversold. So we're looking for a daily higher low, and the 4-hour got oversold. So I think we're getting close to a potential scout of that daily higher low. We need to change this 15-minute trend. And it looks like we're forming an Adam and Eve right here on the 15-minute. We'll see if the bulls are able to get that done and put in a low at 73.45 and possibly put in that daily higher low. If you are a Forex trader or an overnight trader, you trade futures, an oil long may be on the docket tonight. SMH closed very strong. The daily 50 MA is still overhead. So we do have a stair step, and we have a stair step on a lot of our names. So the daily 50 MA is overhead. We were able to get through daily resistance, but that daily 50 MA would have me slight pause for concern tomorrow. We'll watch that and see if that comes into play. AMD made an acquisition. It didn't bother the bulls very much at all. They are running into the daily 50 MA. They were able to get over 153.60 resistance. So we'll see what they have. Plenty of room for a daily higher low on a pullback, but they're in the same predicament as SMH with daily 50 MA overhead. NVDA has no predicament. It's not at the all-time high, but my Lord, this thing is running. They have earnings next Wednesday after hours. We have a stair step on the daily. We have a bull break on the daily. Plenty of room for a daily higher low. I would keep this one on back burner watch. AMD and NVIDIA tomorrow. Definitely, I would keep it on back burner watch. Apple broke the low of Friday, but bears were not able to do anything with that. This could be the beginning of a little bull flag. We'll see. They closed flat on the day. Considering it was such a bullish day, I mean, I don't know that I would be too pleased as an Apple bull. Let's look at it on the 2-hour. This could be a 2-hour head and shoulders here on Apple. We'll have to watch that into tomorrow. Definitely a poor showing considering the bullish tailwind we had today. Amazon closed green today. They have a potential daily bull flag. We are in the gap area. The gap fills at 181.87. And you'll look at a lot of my charts and you'll see triangles over here, and those are my alerts. I want to know when we're getting close to possibly setting those gaps, and that lets me know to go evaluate the chart and say, okay, is this a time to short? And just evaluate the variables to see if there's a trade set up there. So anytime I see big gaps, I just set alerts. I don't have to watch the chart. It's my cheap trading assistant. So Amazon has plenty of room for a daily high or low. Let's see, did we break that? I would still consider this a stair step, even though we broke the Friday's low by 10 cents. Google got a daily higher high. It was an outperformer in the morning. Definitely outperformer, and then gave some back, but of course closed very strong. Google looks fine. It definitely hasn't made the headway that names like NVDA have made. Tesla was strong today. We have a daily stair step. We're over the daily 50 MA. Very strong close. So on a pullback tomorrow, we'll be looking for hourly higher lows on just about, I can't say them all, but the majority of the names that we've just discussed, we will be looking for hourly higher lows compared to today's lows, because bulls have made plenty of room for hourly higher lows. XLF was unable to make a new all-time high. 44.11 is our all-time high, and we hit 44.02. So we'll see if they can do something with that. And so when I see we're that close, I'll just go set an alert. Tell me when we get to 44.11. I want to know, do we stop in our tracks or do we make a new all-time high? The other name I wanted to cover was Coin. Coin was red today, and it still has that rising wedge look where we're making these tiny higher highs without follow through. So if Bitcoin can't make that 4-hour 12 EMA support, I would be looking for a coin short tomorrow. Mara fared a little bit better today. They closed green, but they also look like it also looks like a potential 4-hour rising wedge. So if Bitcoin can turn bullish, then I would stay away from Coin and Mara short. But if Bitcoin, the 4-hour 12 EMA remains overhead on Bitcoin, I will be looking short crypto names. And ASTS continues to be a little runner, so I would keep that one on back burner watch for tomorrow. And that is it for your market recap.